Good morning. I am Lakshmi Patayamji, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Grade College, Madhugiri, Tumkur District, Karnataka State. My title is Financial Accounting 2. Now I am discussing about session number 31, the new chapter, conversion of single entry into double entry. Under this session, I am discussing about meaning, objectives, and steps in conversion of single entry into double entry system. An accounting system which is not based on double entry is known as incomplete accounting system or single entry system. In other words, single entry system is a system of bookkeeping in which for some transactions both the aspects are recorded, for some only one aspect is recorded, and for some transactions no record is made. Therefore, single entry is a crude form of bookkeeping under which only personal accounts and a cash accounts are maintained, and only one aspect of each transaction is recorded. Sometimes the original records, such as the cash book, purchases book, sales book, and return books, and even bills receivable account and bills payable books, are maintained. But the postings therefrom are only made to the personal accounts concerned. The only information that can thus be secured from the ledger kept under single entry system would be in relation to debtors and creditors. That is, how much is due to the trader from his customers and how much he owes or dues to his creditors. In the absence of any impersonal accounts are being kept, the book fails to disclose information for the preparation of profit and loss account or particulars of assets and liabilities for the preparation of balance sheet. Therefore, this form of bookkeeping is of very limited value and the seldom found in use. So, what are the features of single entry system of bookkeeping? It is a system of maintaining business transaction in an unsystematic and unscientific manner. For most of the transactions, recording only one aspect is made in the books of accounts. Generally, this system is adopted is petty business organization carried out by sole traders and firms where the number of transactions are limited. Next, under this system, generally personal accounts are maintained, but real and nominal accounts other than cash and bank are generally not maintained. And last one, the result obtained under this method is not very accurate and authentic. So, what are the types of single entry system? There are three types of single entry system: pure single entry system, simple single entry system, quasi single entry system. What is pure? Under this system, only personal accounts are maintained, but nothing, no subsidiary books are not maintained. No, not maintained. Only personal account, debtors account and creditors account. What is simple single entry? Under which with personal accounts and a cash book is also maintained. Quasi system under which in addition to personal account and cash book some subsidiary books are maintained. So what are the advantages we are obtained? We are limited advantages. This system is economical, that is less costly or suitable for small size organization. It is very simple and easy to maintain. It is suitable only for STC and partnership firms, small firms. So what are the disadvantages? Number of disadvantages will be there. No arithmetical accuracy, no profit and loss account be prepared, difficult to ascertain the financial position. It encourages frauds and rectification of errors is very difficult. Comparison is also difficult. Lack of business statistics and difficult to fix the value and assets and difficult to obtain the loan from the banks, and it is difficult to determine taxable income, and it is difficult to settle the financial disputes, and any information is required and a single entry system may not be free from doubt. So these are all the number of disadvantages we are obtaining. And what is the differences between single entry system and double entry system? So in double entry system, both the aspects of transactions are recorded, but in some single entry, in some cases both, and in other cases only one aspect is recorded. Accounts, all personal, real and nominal accounts are opened in book double keeping. In single entry, only personal account and cash accounts are opened. In double entry, trial balance can be prepared. Here, trial balance cannot be prepared. Trading and profit and loss account can be prepared to find out the gross profit and net profit in double entry system. Here also, trading and profit and loss account cannot be prepared. Balance sheet can prepare to know the financial position. So here balance sheet cannot be prepared to know the financial position. So double entry is a scientific method. Single entry is a crude and unscientific method. So double entry is most reliable. Single entry is not reliable. And double entry system is suitable for all types of business. But single entry is suitable only for STC and small partnership firm. These are the differences. So how do ascertainment of profit under single entry system? Profit or loss under single entry system can be ascertained by in the two ways. One is net worth method or statement of affairs method or capital comparison method. Another one is conversion method. So our concentration is second one, that is the conversion of single entry into double entry is our target, our area. So now we are discussing about the meaning and of single entry. Single entry system is defined as an incomplete, inaccurate, unscientific and unsystematic style of bookkeeping. Okay. What is the meaning of conversion of single entry into double entry system? So books are maintained under single entry system may not be converted into double entry system. So conversion depends upon the manner in which books are maintained under single entry system. Single entry system does not provide all the informations which are required to prepare trial balance and final accounts of a business. Therefore, when the firm decides to convert its books of accounts from single entry systems to double entry system, it is necessary to find out all missing information as per the steps of conversion, which is required to prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet under double entry system. Therefore, the method of collection of necessary information, that is missing information, as required under double entry system to prepare final accounts is called a conversion of single entry into double entry. So it is the process of converting a business accounting from single entry to double entry. Therefore, the method of collection of necessary information, that is missing information, as required under double entry system to prepare final accounts is called a conversion method. So next, what are the objectives of conversion of single entry into double entry system? Single entry system is converted into double entry system with the following objectives. The first one is to find out the correct profit. But in single entry is not possible. Accurate and authenticated correct profit is not possible because it is a crude method. But in double entry system, so to find out the correct profit is only possible. The second objective is to find out true and fair financial position of business. So this method 100% gives or find out true and fair financial position of the business by preparing all final accounts and then comparing the true and fair financial position of the business. Next one, to make accounting ideal and reliable. That is also one of the objectives of conversion of single entry into double entry system. And next one, to measure accuracy of accounting records also. Next one, to make a meaningful analysis of financial statements prepared by the company. Next, to enable taking effective steps for improvement of financial position of the business. If any necessary steps to be taken for improvement of the financial position of the business, then is possible. And next, to enjoy the other benefits of double entry system of bookkeeping. So these are the objectives I am once again repeating: to find out the correct profit, to find out the true and fair financial position of the business, to make accounting ideal and reliable, to measure accuracy of accounting records, to making a meaningful analysis financial statement, to enable taking effective steps for improvement of financial position of the business, and finally to enjoy other benefits of double entry system of bookkeeping. Next, so steps in conversion. When the firm desires to convert its books of accounts from single entry system into double entry system, the following steps to be followed. It includes 2 steps. The one is ascertaining missing information. Second one is preparation of or preparing final accounts under double entry system. So next is step number 1, that is ascertaining missing information. The following are the process of ascertaining the missing information. It includes preparation of opening statement of affairs, preparation of memorandum bills receivable account, preparation of memorandum bills payable account, preparation of memorandum total debtors account, preparation of memorandum total creditors account. So preparation of memorandum cash book, preparation of memorandum trading account, preparation of memorandum profit and loss account. So what is the first step? Preparation of opening statement of affairs. So statement of affairs at the beginning of the year is to be prepared with the help of the assets and liabilities of the beginning to find out the opening capital. When the opening balance of cash, debtors, creditors, etc. are not given in the problem, respective accounts must be prepared first and the balance ascertained must be taken in the preparation of statement of affairs. So the second one, preparation of memorandum bills receivable account. When the closing balance of bills receivable account is not given and all other information is given available in the problem, the balancing figure is in bills receivable account will be closing bills receivable account. This balance will be appear on closing balance sheet. So when the opening bills receivable is not given and all other information is available, and if it is not a new firm, usually the balancing figure treated as opening balance of bills receivable. This will appear in the opening statement of affairs. When the opening and closing balance of bills receivable are given in the problem, usually the balancing figure will be cash received against bills receivable. If the debit side is more than credit side of BR account, or BR received from the debtors during the year, if credit side is more than the debit side of BR account. So cash received against bills receivable will appear on the debit side of the cash book and bills receivable received from debtors during the year will appear on the credit side of the total debtors account. Next, and preparation of memorandum bills payable account. So when the closing balance of bills payable is not given and all other information is given in the problem, the balancing figure in the bills payable account will be closing balance of bills payable account and this will appear in the closing balance sheet. When the opening balance of BP is not given and the all other information is given, if it is not a new firm, then usually the balancing figure is treated as opening balance of BP and this will appear in the opening statement of affairs. When the opening and closing balance of bills payable are given in the problem, usually the balancing figure will be cash paid against bills payable. That is, if the credit side is more than debit side of BP account, or acceptance given to creditors during the year if debit side is more than credit side of BP account. So cash paid against BP will appear on the credit side of the cash book and acceptance given to creditors will appear on the debit side of the total creditors account. The next one is preparation of memorandum total debtors account. When the closing balance of total debtors is not given and all other information is available in the problem, the balancing figure in the total debtors account will be closing total debtors. So this will appear in the closing balance sheet. When the opening balance of total debtors is not given and all other information is given and not a new firm, then usually the balancing figure is treated as opening balance of total debtors. This will appear in the opening statement of affairs. When the opening and closing balance of total debtors are given in the problem, then usually the balancing figure will be treated as cash received from debtors or BR received from debtors if the debit side is more than credit side of total debtors account, or credit sales if credit side is more than debit side of the total debtors account. So cash received from debtors will appear on the debit side of the cash book, and BR received from debtors will appear on the debit side of the BR account. So the credit sales appear on the credit side of the trading account. Next one is preparation of total debt memorandum total creditors account. When the closing balance of total creditors is not given and all other information is available in the problem, then the balancing figure in the total creditors account will be closing total creditors, and this will appear in the closing balance sheet. When the opening balance of trade creditors is not given and all other information is given and it is not a new firm, then usually the balancing figure is treated as opening balance of total creditors. So this will be appear in opening statement of affairs. When the both opening and closing of total creditors are given in the problem, then usually the balancing figure will be treated as cash paid to creditors or BP accepted by creditor if the credit side is more than debit side of the total creditors account, or credit purchase if the debit side is more than the credit side of the total creditors account. And next one, preparation of memorandum cash book. When the closing balance of cash book is not given and all other cash transactions are available in the problem, then the balancing figure in the cash book will be closing cash or bank balance. This will appear on the closing balance sheet. When the opening balance of cash or bank is not given and all other informations given in the problem and it is not a new firm, then usually balancing figure is stated as opening balance of cash. This will appear in the opening statement of affairs. When both opening and closing balance of cash or bank not given in the problem, then usually the balancing figure will be treated as cash paid to creditors or drawings or cash purchases or opening bank overdraft. If the debit side is more than the credit side of cash book, and cash received from debtors or cash sales or additional capital or closing bank overdraft if credit side is more than the debit side of the cash book. Then preparation of memorandum trading account. When the gross profit or percentage of gross profit is given in the problem, then it is an indication that any one of the trading account item is missing. So it could be opening stock or total purchases or closing stock or total sales. To ascertain that, memorandum trading account must be prepared. Next, preparation of memorandum profit and loss account. When the net profit is already given in the problem, it is an indication that any one of the items of profit and loss account is missing. It could be expenses or income. In this case, memorandum profit and loss account should be prepared before preparing the cash book. So these are the contents are included in step number 1. And next step number 2, that is preparation of final accounts under double entry system of bookkeeping. So with the help of the information provided and ascertained the various missing information by opening relevant accounts, prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet, of the concern at the end of the year. So in this, some business firms convert their accounting systems from single entry into double entry system to enjoy the benefits of double entry system, to improve their financial position, and for other several objectives business firm convert their accounting system. So here there are two steps involved in conversion, that is ascertaining the missing information and prepare final accounts under double entry system. So these are the references. Thank you very much.